Hey y'all. I have been thinking about this for a little while. I see online lots of videos about transgendered people, and what I'd like to talk about is being the parent of a transgendered person. I am such a minority. I'm gay, I'm black, and I am the parent of a transgendered female. Um, or I get the terms mixed up. I don't know how to refer to her a lot of times, and I don't mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just confused. But this shit is not always easy. It's easier now than it was before because she's a majority. She's 26. She is her own person. She is an adult. She can live her life in her own space, in her own way, which is what I prefer. And I'm not, and that's not me being shady. Um, it's just the truth. And I think that all grown people need their own space. Anyway, but I get the impression when I talk to people that I was always supposed to know to what degree she felt this way when she was a little boy. And, honestly, I think I did. I think I did, and I didn't want to accept it, or I didn't process it well because I try to be non judgmental and I believe in, live and let live and, just be who you are, tell the truth about it, and let the truth be known. Basically, I don't think you need to tell everybody every single thing about you, about yourself. I think there are some things you can keep to yourself or you probably should keep to yourself. But basic things that everybody has to encounter, just be real about it. And don't make excuses for it. Um, but I've been through the whole gamut like most parents have. It's very interesting. People say, "Oh, well, you're gay, so you understand." Well, straight up, yes, I am gay without question. I have never been confused about that at any point in my life. However, I was not ready. I wasn't ready. And when you put on your parent hat, it's different than the gay person hat. Okay, I know female impersonators. I know transgendered people from since whenever. It's always different when it's them and not you. It's different when it's them doing whatever they're doing than it is when it's your kid. And though you may not be as abrasive overtly, I think that I think there are many gay parents in the same situation I'm in, whether their kid is gay or weird or uh, whatever. I think that we are harder on our children in some ways than, say, the straight parents. I think that we have a tendency to slip into the normal mode of parenting. We become very status quo. That's what I'll say. We become very status quo, and I don't know. You have very conflicting feelings. Um, I adopted my child. And when it's funny, God gives you this set of hormones. They hit you and you just gotta have this baby. Whether you have the baby, whether you adopt a baby, whether you find a baby, you just want this baby. At least some people do. I was one of those people. I did what was necessary to get this baby. I said, okay, I'm old enough. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I was very excited. And okay, so I received this little boy. And it's funny because when you have these hormones and they give you your kid, whether your kid is 3 seconds old or 10 years old, when you get your kid and this is your kid, this kid you really, really wanted, you get this kid and it's the most beautiful thing you have ever seen in your life. I pray that everybody gets to have that feeling at least one time in their lives. I was so blessed. When I got this little boy, I thought to myself, thank you, Jesus. Yeah, I prayed for this. I worked for this. I took all the classes. I did what was necessary. They bring me this little boy. Okay. He was, hi. I thought to myself, is he serious? For real? Really? Okay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. My kid was beautiful. I don't care what anyone says. He was as real as ice water. He sure was. And I thought, they did this shit on purpose. Whatever. Fuck it. Okay. Excuse me, but that's what I said. I said, okay, well, me and my kid, and I was in love instantly, 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 without in love, instantly. It was everything I ever wanted to feel in my entire life at that moment. And then the work kicked in. Um, you start noticing all kinds of stuff. And when I was told, oh, we found a little boy, da da da, I started having NBA, NFL, NHL fantasies, track fantasy. I just knew I was going to have a bodybuilder, Olympian, uh, football playing, soccer loving, fisherman, gunsman. I was having the fantasy, and I said, okay, oh, this costs a lot of money to do. My kid was going to be in karate and judo and skateboarding, and we were going to have lizards and you know, tarantulas and snakes and all kinds of stuff. And that did not happen. No, that did not happen. I thought, okay. I soon realized that these were just my fantasies. Um, and I think it's okay for parents to have fantasies as long as you know that that's what they are, fantasies. Your fantasies. Okay, so then I remember, okay, for instance, I had all of these signs and I just thought, okay, well, he's a gay kid. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to make this easier for him. And it wasn't difficult for me. My parents are everything. They really are. My parents are everything. Um, so it wasn't, and then also I have the type of personality, you probably can't tell, but I'm just going to do me. And I hope that works for you. And if it doesn't, you're going to take your ass on. You're going to move on. You're going to go do something. You're going to go do something else. Or I am, because we don't have a reason to have conflict. And I like me. So I'm going to do me. Anyway, whew, so I come home from work and he would spend probably about 20 minutes by himself between the time I got off work and got back to the house and when he got home from school. And he had gotten home, was on the computer, and had found a what do you call it? A website. He found a website where you can go, you pick it's like a makeup website for kids like third graders, fourth graders, girls in that age range. But you go on, you pick an avatar that best resembles you, and then you make up their face with colors, in the program. My kid was on this website and proceeded to print out, it looked like hundreds of these avatars that, favored him. And he would put on these big blue, uh, it would do their eyes in blue, and they look like, what do you call them, garage doors. And big red lips on all of the little avatars, and he would print them all out. And this is when ink was like really, really, really expensive, right? And bear in mind, this kid is 7. Yeah, 7. Anyway, so I came home and I see this all over the floor. Just it looked like hundreds of them. And what are you doing? I'm just playing online. I said, I see that. What are you playing? And so he proceeded to tell me what was going on. And I said, really? Really? And then you had to print them out? Don't you have something else you could do? Now, I didn't say you should be on this website. This is for girls. But I'm sure that's how it read. I said, don't you have something else you could be doing? And I got so upset because I kind of started thinking about how much the ink cost. And I said, didn't we have this discussion about you printing things? Please let's not do this again. And I said, this ink is very expensive. And I leave the room and I said after that, and besides, the only people that wear blue eyeshadow are hookers and drag queens. And I said that kind of out of anger and not thinking, well, he doesn't know what that is. He doesn't know what that means. Well, I come home the next day and the same thing has happened again, except their eyeshadow is green. And I thought, okay, so we disconnected the printer because it was corded at that time. Now it's wireless, but yeah, we disconnected the printer. We didn't have that problem anymore, but we had lots of signs and symbols throughout the span of his childhood. He loves Barbies. Okay. Okay. I understand how it is to be different. I understand how it is not to fit in to the customary mold. Now, some people are lucky, like I was, to be able to find a way to be you and push through and blend enough. My kid is not really the blending type. This is good and it's bad, but he's not. I mean, my kid wasn't, at this age. And then my kid was bullied and stuff like that. And a lot of it I didn't know about, but as I found out things, I would visit the parents of the bullies and we would have discussions, and then that shit would stop. I'm not going to have you beat up on my kid. I'm just not. But we go on, and things she would have he would have moments where the girl within would come flaming out, but that was always so. No, I don't get it, not to this degree. We all gay men, I think, or at least most gay men, have these moments where you get really real. My kid has been real 100% of my child's life. Real as ice water, just ooh. I don't know what to say. And what I realized during my parenting experience is that a lot of times as a child, and I know I felt this way, you feel like your parents are against you, and they're not. See, what you consider to be them speaking out against you is really them being scared to death. Scared to death. Here, let's fast forward. Here we are. My kid is, say, now my kid is 26, or about to be 26. Uh, no, maybe about to be 27. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Ooh. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, but let's fast forward to say my kid being 18. Ooh, we're now a cheerleader in high school, the only boy. Um, and we now wear hair pieces and Barbies, and I mean, we are, out there. And you could see this female peeking out, trying to break out into the open. Then we're dressing in drag on the weekends. We're going to the clubs. We're getting older. We're going to the clubs, dressing in drag. We have trans friends we hang out with all the time. And I'm watching all of this. And I spend time. Oh, it might be easier to get a job if you can decide what you want to be. That was kind of mean. I mean, I didn't mean to be mean, but I think about it now in retrospect. It could be read as being mean. But I was speaking from the point of view of an employer. You walk in dressed half as a man, half as a woman. And I make my money serving the general public who may or may not be open to your look, air, attitude, whatever. I have to make decisions based on how I make my money because this is a business decision. You having a job from me, helping me make money, is a business decision. My business may not withstand your choice or your reality. Pick one. It does. That's just it. So we go through that. We for a while we dress as a boy, and then we move out. We're on our own, and here we are back in my house. Wigs, dresses, boy clothes, weird friends, trifling folks. People in their early 20s having a good time, trying to make it, trying to discover who they are. I am trying to be. I never consider myself a friend of my child's, and I really don't want to be friends. I don't. That's not my job. But we are friendly. See, friends are nouns and pronouns. See, what we are adjectives and adverbs. We can be friend-like, friend-ish, and friendly. But we will not be friends because there are things that you can do with your friends that he cannot do with me, or she cannot do with me. Period. Period. Okay, so we are not friends. I don't get it. This. I know this all sounds jumbled, but the bottom line to all of this is, I took her home for the first time as Scarlett. This went over really well, and part of the reason why, I remember us having a conversation way back when she was struggling with where she was going and who she was and what she was identifying as. And I said, whatever it is, if you want us to respect it, you have to respect it first. I feel the same way about coming out. I feel really weird when gay people tell me they set people down and had these conversations like, oh, I got to tell you something. Sit down. I think that you set the stage for a negative reaction and negative acceptance. Actually, when you do that, because when you tell me to sit down, you have something to tell me, that indicates that there is something wrong. And then you tell me it's about you, so now there's something wrong with you. So that when I treat you funny, you know why I treat you funny? because you taught me to. You told me to. You said there is something wrong with me. This is what it is, and I need you to accept me in this dysfunctional manner. I have a problem with that because there ain't shit wrong with me. You know, it's not. There's just not. I think that we can all coexist just fine. And if you mind your business, I'm going to mind mine. And there's no reason why you can't have business and I have business and they coexist and they not be conflicting to each other. I just don't. And I was telling her the same thing. If you sneak around and do this from a standpoint of shame, like there's something wrong with me, if you walk around with your head towards the ground and you don't own it, you're teaching me that there's something wrong with you and I should not allow it to be here. I should look for your flaws. You're asking me to accept you and your deficiencies. And that's not what you should be doing. So you're starting it out, you're starting the conversation, the narrative out wrong. If you're going to be about it, then be about it. Bring it, but don't bring it halfway. Don't look crazy. If you're going to be a woman, then be the best woman you can be. I mean, be all that you can be and give it to us. Give it to us. Let us have a chance to absorb it and deal with it or not. There's going to be a group of people who are not going to like what you were doing. There's going to be a group of people that have a problem with everything you do. There's going to be a group of people who are going to curse your very existence and try and use everything, the law, the Bible, religion, whatever, against you to have it their way. You got to be tougher than that, and you got to stand up and know that you have the right to be here and live your truth. And your truth isn't hurting anyone. And the only reason they're overly involved is because they choose to be overly involved. You mind your business, and they will mind theirs, and you wear it and be proud of it. Or at least don't be ashamed of it. So here we are. I am totally confused. I don't understand shit. I don't. This is a therapy session for me. I'm releasing. I don't understand anything, but the one thing I do understand is that I love my child. I am not going to be the enemy of my child. I'm not. I and liking shit is overrated. It is. I don't have to like this. No, I don't dislike it. It just is what it is. As well it should be. And it's her shit. I have people who don't want to acknowledge her as a female or as a feminine entity. They want to call her him. They do that. It's offensive. It is offensive. I would rather you not deal with her at all. But I don't even care about that, to be quite honest. As long as you don't put your hands on her, cool. You can call her every name in the book you want to. You can not give her an opportunity where you are. That's cool. I can live with that, because you're not the only thing in God's kingdom. God's kingdom is great and it is vast, and there is a place for my child in it. And she just has to find her place. Period. She does. But you're not going to be the problem for her. That I am sure of. I'm also sure of I love my child. I will not be my child's enemy. There are enough haters out there in the world. I cannot be one of them. Though I am not her friend, I am her biggest supporter. And I'm going to tell her when she's right, and I'm going to tell her when she is wrong. I will let her make the adjustments. I will support her. She is a member of my family. That cannot be changed. Period. Period. No, you can do whatever you want to do as long as at the end of all of that, you call her mine. Long as she belongs to me, at the end of the day, I can live with anything you decide to do. But I'm going to support her and I'm going to make sure as best I can that she has every opportunity to be happy. Period. Anyway, thanks for watching my confessional or whatever this was. It started out one way and ended up going a different way. I appreciate it. Well, you know what? It's very interesting. I have come to realize one thing. I used to think my father was mad at me all the time. And what I realized is that he was just scared. He really was. He was scared to death. And he just didn't want me to put myself in harm's way. I feel the same way about my kid. I just don't want her to put herself in harm's way with all the things happening in the world and with all the things that people are doing to trans women. I worry about her every day. Daddy can protect you when daddy is there, but daddy's not usually there. God help the person that disadvantages my child. God help them. I'm going to pray for them because they need prayer. All I know is that I love her, period. No ifs, no buts, period. That's enough for right now. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Share, like, subscribe. Feel free to make a comment. Thank you.